My name is Mwatabu Okantah. I'm known as the Muntu Kuntu Energy Poet. Muntu. It means the life force, the God force in human beings. Kuntu. It means the life force, the God force in art, in music, in poetry, in dance, in our culture. I want to thank my sister, Sandra Essie Bryant, for asking me to join you for Kwanzaa. It is that time of year again. And for me, Kwanzaa is a very, very special time. It is the season of our first fruits. It is the season where we come together to celebrate the fruits of our labor. And it's a special time this year because this year has been a long year. It's been a difficult year. We've lost loved ones. Loved ones have fallen ill. But somehow we have survived. And here we are, coming together once again. The village, the family, our elders, our children, our contemporaries. Coming together to share our stories. But coming together to reconnect with our ancestral energy. To ask them to come to guide and continue to protect us. Because we're descended from those people who refused to die, who survived the dungeons and the Middle Passage and the plantations, who became new peoples of African descent in the fiery furnace of that thing called slavery. But we are still here. And if our ancestors could survive what they survived, we can survive this. And this too will pass. It is Kwanzaa time. So in the spirit of the Nguzo Saba, I would like to share my story with you. I would like you to think about your story, because we all have stories to tell. And each one of our individual stories is a chapter in this book of Africans in the New World. The poem is called Poem for the Living. It's an epic poem. And Vince and I are going to riff. The poem is in honor of Cheikh Anta Diop. And we begin with a lament. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. To whom do I say, it is because of our living dead that I speak? Hear their words, the words of our departed, the faces forgotten or never seen, the lives intuitively felt, the dream dreaming of our dead inhabiting our bodies, making us ache. Africa, what is Africa to me? The questions remain the same. County Cullen wanted to know why God would make a poet black, and bid him sing. Langston Hughes lamented Afro-American fragments. They knew the feeling. They bore the cross black poets have to bear. Singers and poets move amongst every people. Even in this America, too blind, arrogant to remember, to care. The poet's journey is personal when people have forgotten how to listen to the real power inside our own song. It began as inner feeling, as feeling before, beyond words. It was there before I learned the meaning of my own blackness. Little boy times and innocent questions that altered expressions on adult faces. I wanted to know if God was white like the pictures of his son, Jesus. Questions left unanswered. Questions that would root my words deep in the soul soil of an age-old poet tree. By that summer of '63, only Little League mattered. I did not know about deferred dreams. It was not so special white boys played on my team. I was too young and far removed to know about movements then. It was not for me to know we were black dreams born into flesh. I knew only that my mother and grandmothers fussed and fumed over little Smitty. I remember nothing of stories, sleepless nights. My mother sheer-willed her man-child into the light of each new day. I remember my South Carolina Geechee grandfather who refused to speak the white man's tongue, who watched them Yankees and the real Sugar Ray, who chewed cigars and drank homemade wine from the Jersey urban earth. My grandfather dressed in his Bethsaida Baptist Church blue suit, hands folded, looking coffin still, looking more asleep than dead. I can never forget the look on my father's face when he watched television the day assassins gunned Malcolm down. I remember the power of that silence, that Wilbur Smith had been one on the black, blue-collar, middle-class block, who talked to the brothers who sold the Mohammed Speaks. How could I know Malcolm's vision then? It would be years before I would know the man, magic man in Malcolm's voice. It was not for me to know the fire in my father's eyes would soon flame inside my own. It began as something deeply felt, a feeling, nothing the proverbial finger could be placed upon. It surfaced the first time that night, a bullet blotted King from our sight. I knew something changed in me then. I remember being unable to mouth the Pledge of Allegiance that morning after. The white hollow ring resounding from empty words made me begin to see in a different light. In a different light. Kwanzaa is that time when we come together, talk to each other. We are a diverse community. We come together in our own new tribes, light skin, dark skin, urban, suburban, rural, old, young, good hair, bad hair. We come together, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We come together to be one. Kwai in his Healers tells us the present is where we get lost if we forget our past and have no vision for the future. So Kwanzaa is that time when we come together to remember our past. What happens to a people after all the years, after all the private corners of our nights, after the acceptance of pain in our lives, after the coming of age of our agelessness? What happens when out of darkness, a deeper darkness, a darkness deeper than death, and you can see it, can see, touch, can feel it, can become one with its warm light? What happens? Born of grandmothers left to scrub the venom the white people put into calling us nigger black on cold water wash basin mornings. Grandmothers scrubbing, grandmothers and amens, grandmothers and hallelujahs, grandmothers and thank you Jesus, grandmothers and the will to wish we little ones would never grow to know nigger black and old. Our grandmothers who nurtured us and healed us. We are a people in need of healing. What happens? A surreal strangeness being in places still forbidden. A new plainness. Too many black people still cannot look the white people in the eyes. We still live for massa until we die. Long for a freer freedom, looking for signs. What happened? Kwame Nkrumah taught us that we are not Africans because we are born in Africa. We are Africans because Africa is born in us. And Kwanzaa is that time when we come together to celebrate the Africa in us. I was in college when I met my first African from Africa, African. He said, I am from Africa. I remember being confused. If he was from Africa, what did that make me? Stunned into screaming silence, I did not sleep that night. I spent that night looking into mirrors, looking for Africa in my own face. I looked into questions. What was just American, or Negro, or colored, or nigger, or black - American? I did not know how to see Africa reflected in my own face. I did not know how to see Africa in America's dark race. I remember feeling made me go to Africa. I heard Africa calling my name. I was not dreaming. I was in Africa. Africa calling my name sounds pushing me to sink my roots in native soil, to seek nourishment, to heal my wounded soul. Africa, it arrested me, freed me to the core. I knew faces. They were the same faces, only more. Faces moved me to sea search the Africa water deep inside a kidnapped people's lore. I saw Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Harlem, Huff, Liberty City, South Philly, Atlanta, Chocolate City, DC made plain the scenes, sounds, smells, rhythm, rhyme, black colors, motion, time was the same. I searched for black self, searched for the Africa I encountered at Chief Shawande's feet. I searched for the Africa in me. Kwanzaa is that time to search for the Africa in we. I want to thank you for your time and your attention. I want to give thanks to my brother Vince Baba Yaw Robinson. And I want to leave you with words from The Healers by Kwai Armand. Often, our confusion comes merely from impatience. The disease has run unchecked through centuries. Yet sometimes we dream of ending it in our little lifetimes. And despair seizes us if we do not see the end in sight. A healer needs to see beyond the present and tomorrow. He needs to see years and decades ahead, because healers work for results so firm they may not be wholly visible till centuries have flowed into millennia. Those willing to do this necessary work, they are the healers of our people. And so Kwanzaa is that time when our storytellers, our singers, our poets, our players of instruments, our healers come together. Kwanzaa is our time. Thank you and peace.